definitely give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Blessed love to each and every one. Yes, we welcome you again into the Tiger's Nest. Of course, we will definitely be taking you to another level as we always do. The Honorable Priest Isaac here with you, just keeping the vibes of happiness and joy. We have a wonderful session for you this evening. We are going to be having with us a royal visitor in the person of the Honorable Kes Wesmore, also known as Priest Richie, and we will be going into matters related not just to the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress, Rastafari and Bobo Shanti, but we'll be directly dealing with the Lenten period. Of course, you know, as I said, we intended to have other individuals. Honorable Priest Chris has contacted me, and we're looking to have a wonderful interview with him very soon, and a few others. We wanted to begin this process before the Lent began, but circumstances did not bring that up. So for sure, in a few moments, the Honorable Kes Wesmore, Priest Richie, will be joining us. But before we go there, let me just remind you that it is the 6th of March, Healthy Living for both male and female. And of course, that is the presentation that will be given by the founder of the Great Physician International, traditional healer himself, the Honorable Priest Kailash Leonce. And he will be our in-house lecturer for that evening. So I'll be hosting the event, but I wouldn't be lecturing, and that is our online lecture. So if you've never visited us in our webinar space for any of our online lecture events, this is a good time to begin. And this will be Saturday, the 6th of March, not too long from now, 2021, Saturday, the 6th of March, 2021, and the time will be 7:30 p.m. That's Eastern Caribbean time, by the way. So for those in Eastern Standard Time, that will be 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in London, Greenwich Mean Time, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11:30. All right, that's in England time. So whatever time, for sure, if you have any confusion with the time when you buy your ticket and you go into the waiting room, it will tell you what time. It will tell you 10 more hours to go, 2 more days to go, 5 more minutes to go. So you will know how much time to go. And the admission is only $25, 25 United States dollars currency. But of course, you know, if you get your ticket before the 27th day of February, well, for sure, you will be definitely getting a $5 discount. So you come in and get all your health questions answered. And as I said before, when you pay for your ticket, automatically you're given a position where you can ask a question. Now remember, when you pay on the Cash App, although we will obviously see it, I'm asking you, please email me and let me know what I have paid for my ticket. And that's where in the email you could send your question. We would send the question to the Honorable Priest Kailash Leonce, and he will be giving a presentation. And within the presentation, he would address your question. Now, of course, after his presentation, there'll be questions again for those who are there in the chat room and in the special question room. So it's really about getting the questions that you have answered. And of course, if that's not enough, sometime in the future, we do it again. So as I said, you can make your payment using the Cash App. Now, we prefer the Cash App, eh? But if there's no access to Cash App, still contact us via the email and we would work that out. But the Cash App is Atonra 2723. That's Atonra 2723. And of course, the Honorable Priest Kailash Leonce is the writer of the Herbal Manual. And of course, you know that once you are a subscriber to the Shock of the Hour, you do not pay. You didn't know? Once you subscribe to the Shock of the Hour, not the YouTube channel, the Shock of the Hour nightly radio program. Once you subscribe to that, when we do our webinars, online lectures, you definitely get to come and sit in, because that's a part of the package. What the subscribers definitely would not be getting, as we said, is the virtual edition of the spring equinox. Just to remind you once again, we're not inviting anyone to come to Antigua this year for the spring equinox. You know what's going on in the world. I don't even want to begin to speak about none of that. But for sure, the virtual edition is still on. It's the next best thing. For sure, you still want to be with us as we go amongst the megaliths, the morning hike, the evening hike. I'm talking sunrise and sunset. Plus, we're going to be still going through acres of marijuana. Hey, you want to see ganja? You just wait until you definitely hook up with us, and you'll be getting the 3 tours, 3 days. I don't know if you really understand what's going on here. When you buy this package here from Rastafari Experience Antigua, this is one of the companies that we are part of, Rastafari Experience Antigua. When you buy this package, you are getting 3 tours. You're going to get the marijuana, cannabis, ganja lecture and tour. Remember the Rastafari community here, the within Antigua has the rights to plant marijuana whatever land they have, and they have land, let's put it that way. So we'll be carrying you through the different acres, showing you the different variety of cannabis available, and giving you some information thereof. We also intend to have a word from some of the elders within Rastafari. So it's going to be a wonderful session. And then with the hike, the double hike, I'm talking of the Friday morning hike to Green Castle Hill amongst the megaliths. And then you have the Sunday evening hike. It's the same Green Castle Hill, but Green Castle Hill is vast, different areas. And the Sunday, we will have special guest speakers. Trust me, the whole package is worth it. Of course, the whole package is just 120, but there was a special that if you got it before the 21st, which is past, you would have got it for $85. But you still have until the 1st of March, where you could get your package for only $100. And anything after the 1st of March, yes, it returns to the full price, which is $120. But hey, that is still a good price for all of what you'll be receiving. Believe me, you will full joy. And I'm talking about quality presentation, not because we're saying virtually, ain't no fuzzy wuzzy business here. We're dealing with Visual Eyes Media. That's Brother Yellow and his crew. And he has decades of experience, top quality Visual Eyes, top quality production for us. So give thanks again. As I said, the Honorable Kes Wesmore, I'm sure he's standing by as we speak. Let us just go into the back room here to make sure and to see if the Honorable Priest is available. Okay, the Honorable Priest should be coming in any moment here. Let me make sure everything is well aligned.
My Lord.
Yes, blessed love once again, honorable family, give thanks. As promised, we are here with the Honorable Kes Wesmore, Honorable Priest Richie, as he's also known as. It is an honor that he could be here with us in the Tiger's Nest, as we definitely are looking to go into, a reasonment that many ones have been looking forward to. This specifically will be around the Lenten aspect. We intend this to be a teaching moment, hoping that most of you who have been asking questions and who are very interested in the Lenten time would get the answers that you are looking forward to get. So even before I put anything to the Honorable Priest, I'm going to ask the Honorable Priest to introduce himself or make an introduction, as I'm sure he would like to make an introduction and at least declare himself before we continue. My Lord.
My Lord and Majesty, we do give thanks for life, we do give thanks for health and strength. We do give thanks for the black leader, the president, God and King, our worthy founder, black Christ in flesh, Most right, my King Emmanuel Charles Edwards. Now we give thanks for life. We give thanks, for our Divine Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie. And we definitely give thanks to Marcus Mosiah Garvey, the man who's the eye opener, to I and I as a people, black people in this time, And we do give thanks to the divine presence of Honorable Empress Menen, the black woman will teach what the black woman herself once more as mother of creation, Yes, my lord, this is Honorable, priest, Wesmore, Honorable Kes Wesmore, as a member of the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress, Church of Salvation. I'm as a priest at standing the order of Melchizedek, anointed priest in 1998, So we do give thanks on the 7th of June. We give thanks, for, man upon the foundation, quite some time, and, even 3 years, after the father makes such mystical move, and come forward, and see certain settings, and certain things, as it rises, as it goes, you still see it. So at this time, I am on the mission, same way, Freedom Redemption International Repatriation, we in St. Lucia at the present moment of time, man, so with us a surgery in a year, same way still, So yes, my Lord and Majesty, and Royal Empress, Prince and Princess, gods and goddess of the earth, prophet and prophetess, So, I know the honorary priest, will, send forward, some questions, and, within my view, and how it is said and how it is done, still, will, answer, and even utter, that we could even shed some light, to those who near and far, because not everyone, we give thanks to this present moment and our priest Isaac.
True, important.
Yes, my Lord, give thanks to the real occasion,
True,
So we
my
give
Lord.
thanks still, my Lord and Majesty.
Blessed
yes,
Lord.
Honorable.
Well, Honorable Priest, as they said there, since 3 years after, I guess from 90, I guess that'll bring us to 97, around that
yes,
time.
God.
You're on Bobo Hill. And really, most of the people that are listening have an idea where we're going. So we ain't going to give that long of an introduction. But, during this time, for those who just may not know by chance, during this time of the year, Bobo Shanti go through a certain period that is referred to as Lent in the outer world. And we tend to just use the same term, although it's not all ones fancy the term, but it's the 40 days or 40 plus days of fasting that Bobo Shanti would do. Obviously, the art of King Emmanuel is different than anything else out there in the world. Just man keep a resurrection service, which is on the day they call Good Friday. But as I said, we call it resurrection. At that time, the world is in a mourning. It's almost like the opposite side of the coin. So you could see you can't take anything that the world is doing and try to put it to this. You have to get it from the source and understand really what the Black Christ has prescribed for us. Now, I myself, I am on my Lent right now. I going through, I could definitely tell you, I could feel the spirit of it. But my Lord, what we wanted is from your perspective, and you may have different ideas you hear from different ones for whatever reason, but we know that I have sit amongst those that were well trained in this, and we can only ask for what you know as far as the preparation of this Lenten period, going into the Lenten period, the different type of fasts going into the Lenten period, which I think that's where we want to begin to. The different type of fasts, the whole aspect of what you put down, because as I said, you're in St. Lucia, and I know you're doing some work with the Great Physician International, and when Bobo Shanti speak of Lent, they usually say, well, at this time, you don't eat no white rice, you don't eat no white sugar, you don't eat no white flour. And I'm not disrespecting no one, but I know we passed them stage. You know what I mean? It's not as, you haven't said that no more in a sense, but but it's like a culture that stay with us. So my Lord, in all humility, if you could give us an idea of the different type of fasts, and then maybe kind of dovetail into what you put away, and maybe, you know, because I want to get into even the CMAS reasoning too, and these different things. So I'll just lay the floor for you, my Lord, and anytime I could just come back in and patch up as we move along. Blessed Lord.
Yes, Honorable, we do give thanks, you know, give thanks to life, you know, above all things, you know. So probably I man would put you on a journey then, even as I come, because even as a young one coming still, you know, because just as how enough young ones then come now and I hear the different fasting and everything. I'm as a young man, because remember, I man come now a moment after the father make a child. You see, you have elder priest that was there who also make a child. Because one priest always show still, you know, say, when the father make a move, see, a 49 priest him count, you know, mean exactly same time a 49 priest come out of the yard, you know. But within the time that I arrive as a man without turban,
Yes,
from them time they must say 49 priests make a child. You see it, so you have enough man where they do on the father where make a move, where man was sit with them, a man where they travel from them ancient time, they know the fasting. You see it, you have different man, you understand? So enough one make a move, but we come into the yard and we see, you know, elders like the right honorable priest Morgan same way. We see honorable priest Lendell, honorable priest Forrester, you know, honorable priest Earl. At them time, there's still honorable priest Iman, honorable priest Sheppy, priest Harris, you know. It was elder priest, you know, priest that travel from them time. They see we come see honorable priest Roller, you know, a mighty man same way still, you know. And then in a moment of time that I am there, one of the great priests, which sure enough things within the Lent season was not there at that time. But in the coming into 1999, he returned, which is the honorable priest Bobby. You see, who is a field marshal and is within his moment of time now. You start see certain fasting, when I say go through like the fasting house and them time there. As man used to say, is honorable priest Bobby, you know, used to minister in the fasting house. You see it. So in 1998, as I'm one day as a young prophet still and go through and, you know, put on the turban in the 1998 still. Here comes the Lent. You know, this is the first Lent I'm on a go see right now still. Now, within my humble manner still, you see, that's the vision of what I see at that present moment of time. Is not everyone you see on the same fasting. And it's not every young man at that time without turban really I get a culture at that present moment of I'm speaking of within the time that I come. Probably
yes.
those who came before me.
I'm gonna get some of that too.
Was getting them preparation, they come in, but I'm speaking now of the moment of time when I come. You see it. So within that time now, you know, you know, only per man I speak of the 2 to 12 fast. Breakfast at 12, you know, understand, you know.
Yeah.
Now you know only per man I speak of that.
Wow.
You understand? Because you have certain what they call giants then. Would them just put it at that. We're probably not there. You understand? Yeah, because even at that time there, the honorable priest Morgan, you know, was a field marshal, a man around the king, and a man was stick to certain principles when they come on to them time. There's a man was help out nothing at the fasting. He wasn't in that foundation at that time, and everyone know the history in that time. So, but most fast that I man used to see is man use the 6 to 6 fast, actually 6 to 8. That's wise I come and see.
6, right, the 6, right. Most man.
Right, you understand? Yeah. Most man what I see at that present moment of time. I'm speaking like I have man coming and man come after, you know. You
okay.
See? Yes. Meanwhile,
I don't want to cut you. mean when you break your fast at 6 in the night,
yeah,
and you begin the fast at 8 in the night?
Right. Because
okay. That's a heavy like, fast, you know, man. Do that for a while.
Yeah, man. It's a heavy fast, man, and it's a fast to me personally. If we are talking about fast and the journey and which one of them fast is the fast where you feel certain thing from. That fast is it, you know. But
That's
I
it,
see
my
that,
love. You
you
can
know.
tell me.
You understand? So a man probably speak of now and say the fast what Jah used to do also, but remember the father do all the fasting. You see it within the specific timing. You understand? But I speak of the experience because I can tell you so within a moment of time, if you is a student and you try all of the fast them, because you must be a follower before you come and leader.
Definitely, my lord.
You see it? So you go through them and get your experience, because enough man say experience. And you couldn't see and you couldn't analyze and break it down and see the reason why the father worked with that one day, and that one is the ideal one. Then when you call for the congregation to do it, because that is a very important thing that at that time, which to this time, in this time, it is coming there, you know, to tell you the truth. But yes, when you call the congregation and said, we're going to go on a fast, and this is a fast, it's a total different thing than when you not do that. So when you not do that, you have every man. And I think that was the thing when I just come to camp. It wasn't like a togetherness fasting. So you have every man who know the time upon his timing. You see it? So even at that time now, I man as a young soldier at that time still coming in and them thing there. I will the Sabbath fast to tell you the truth as a young prophet. It's the Sabbath fast I will.
Till 12.
The first Sabbath fast I will that within that timing. And you only hear man I say, well, you know, use a white rice, you know, use a this, and if you cook white rice, you have to put callaloo in it, you have to put that in it, put banana in it, change the color, put like a beetroot, as of them things there, you see? Yeah, you hear man speak up. Then going into 1999 now, you know, we're going, you know, another priest Bob about and thing, but we start learn the first giant fast or then we say go up is that one there, the 8 to 6. You see it as a man now, as I still a young man, because those time now as an acting priest now. So we did the time now, you learn as the days go by and you come up to the Lent time there again now. The fullness are given in the fasting. And I go on that and enough man end up on that. Same way too. Meanwhile, I have man on the 2 to 12. So there's always a little discrepancy now I come around now because man I say 2 to 12 and so and so, you know. But when I did that fast, honorable, that was a mighty fast, man.
True,
that fast there is a mighty fast. But going into it and studying, I remember now when honorable priest Morgan come forward now. As we said, one of the backlogs them wasn't there.
Right. Okay, hold on before you go. So Priest Bob coming now and kind of bringing that giant fast as you call it.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Priest Morgan return first.
We're upon that time there. No, but it was him coming that time, but at that present moment of time there, I tell you now, going through the now, you have one like Priest Earl and them man there. You see the younger youth, them some youth are break them fast 12 and them gone up back 10 o'clock, them eat till 10 o'clock, eat or whatever till 10.
Yeah.
And then them go back on the journey again. Enough young man same way, enough wanna build him thing, but you listen now to the elders now. You understand? More, listen more about this part, because this thing fast coming, you want to make sure you're there in line. So listen now. So when I notice another priest Morgan return or forward now, I see another priest Morgan only the 6 to 8 again. You understand? As a giant fast. Then now, with another priest Bob now coming and I deal with the fasting house now.
And the service.
And now, yes, and the service.
All right. This is right.
And people speak about fast now. I dare so now it come now. And it go down, me I hear that the 2 to 12 are coming now.
Yes,
because if they come now, we are in here speak more, and the house I hear more, and it's like the house want to come in now. Like you have some backlogs so they build themselves now. Want to do the thing. Like you have another priest Chris, another priest Warren, and all of the young, it's like the young angels them. Want to work all their money, I say, because their money, I say, such a deal with it, 2 to 12 and break and all of them things there. So we run that, for a couple, strong team, and we hold on upon that because we realize that within the length period of time there, man said that the majority of the fast, but the father didn't work with. So man, I sure said, make we do so and so, we could do that fast here. Make we stay upon the 2 to 12 fasting. You understand? Meanwhile, you still have angels wearing, still run them 8 to 6. And you still have angels also, because a man go on a journey where he can manage, because probably a man will go through certain affliction and certain things, so he's not trying the journey. And you always hear some elder man say, just say when a man sick, him not fast. You understand?
Right, of course.
Right. So some man will still, although him afflicted, him want to do a journey. So if it's even a little sabbatical journey him do, him want to do it.
True, man. True.
Them a push forward because him want to do it, it a push forward. And then we check it out and start study it, myself, honorable. Because remember the year where I fully say, you know what? I say 2 to 12, I know why I want to do that. Because I say nighttime, my temple not supposed to eat certain things in the night.
Fair enough, that's your witness. Yes, I hear you on.
Yeah, especially certain time, I'm going to say, what is fasting? Because enough man interpret fasting for a different reason. You understand? Someone say fast this, fast that, and say, but what is fasting doing to the physical structure? Because I heal the people. So it's in a different higher science level. It's not just look on the time where you're not eat and them thing there, but remember, I humble my soul with fasting and my prayer returning to my own bosom. Fasting have to heal you. You see, because remember when I prophecy when Christ gonna go out and him send him disciples for, some people was checking him disciples and say, the man is sick, man, heal him, the man, and them can't heal him. And Christ just come forward and heal him. And I said, then we couldn't do that. And Christ said, this power just comes, man. This power come through fasting.
Praying and fasting. Praying and fasting.
Praying and fasting. That is the next key again.
I know that.
We have to go now is prayer.
Yes,
and
man.
Fasting. It's not just fasting. You understand? It's fasting that meaning, because if a man go in bed right now 10 o'clock tonight and then wake up 4 o'clock the next morning, him temper go through a fasting at the night, you have to realize it.
That's true.
You see it? But it's fasting with a purpose and a principle. You see it? So there we see man do 6 to 6. Now these are different fasts on the Father and work with.
6 to 6 too.
Go through 6 to 6. But it's like, remember, because I remember when we did the 1999 fast, and we used to hear man speak about the fast now. Man, I speak with fast with the joyfulness. And man, I speak, and man, I say, when fasting used to come down, sometimes someone beg job. We go back with fasting. Yeah, it's like a joy. It's a joy. You understand? A joy is and man, I speak about it, and man, I speak about it. And I tell you, it's one of the best Lent I ever got through, because it's like, I remember a service. The first time I see a Sabbath service never come down. And it was in this Lent also, because it was in a March, because I remember Honorable Priest Christopher McCarthy did come down. See, I can't remember. Sometimes when a man come down, it's so me know the date and the year, because sometimes I just know when a man come through, when a man they come through camp and everything there, and just the present moment that time there, I couldn't tell you, I wish you hear that. You see, so
I was good with that.
1999 there, him come down and thing, and and this is the service, and it was Honorable Priest Earl was supposed to carry the evening service, to be exact. I'm not sure if it was Honorable Priest Jesus or Priest Pops that brought the morning service, because I remember I raised the North Banner from before 6 in the morning. They probably want to 10 to 6 in the morning then. Me hold the banner same still, and when the service I got now into the breaking 12 midday, I see the honorable priest talk to the man at the altar and thing, and me see the man them go on the altar. Now honorable priest, all as priest are come off, man I go on the altar now. Priest earthquake, man. Enough man now, especially at the 6 to 8 in the pan. So then the man they gone and pan the service now. When the service done for 12 o'clock, and take it over and start run chorus and chants and all of them things, the service that go on, because me did have see it because at that moment of time, 6 to 8 I did upon. So I'm not going to put on my banner now. If you say me I go over the yard, I sit down. Because all over the yard now, them gonna break them fast at 12. But a majority of man now in the service same way we are in 6 to 8 them depend. And we see the service just run same way till when the 2 o'clock I come up with the Sabbath service start now, man, just going as Zion and clap and thing and third one and just touch the opening him and go through. And just start that show and just go through till the 6 o'clock and a bang blow and everything and just break it and go through and see the straight Sabbath service and there's a great powers.
And they're going to break it fast after the Sabbath.
Afterwards, because even priest McCarty said, when the elder, when you do some things, and the elder said to your priest, and priest McCarty said to me, say, my lord, you remind me of myself. I saw when we are young youth and the service, I come down all day banner. So I know say, as them elder they see me, we see what got through them things there. And it was a great moment when the Good Friday come. It was splendid. You couldn't see everything. Your heart feel good. Your whole physical structure feel good on this journey where you're going. You see it? Yeah, man. And it's a blessed moment, my lad. So from them, even them time, they still, I hold the 2 to 12, but you have some time now where, like say, we not a different island and them things they know we're in. We watch a journey, our movements, or we are got through. And through you as a God in your temple, that is why we say, no, you are learning all these different principles and this timing now. You are the God in yourself, because if you find yourself in the pit of destruction, you have to know which one of the powers them you have to use to come out. So the one that is convenient for you, if you know, so you go through at that time, not with the congregation, because I'm not with the congregation at that present moment of time, you see it? But if it's at 6 to 8, you go 6 to 8 and 2 to 12. But now, you want this connection more than ever now, where Bubba need more than ever now. Because the time to be happy is now, and the place to be happy is here. So with the powers that we know what Christ has given through fasting and prayer and breaking of the fast, it is quite important that we try our best to connect upon that time in there. We just have to break the fast. Because if we understand fully what we are doing as a people and what this fasting is doing to us as Christ, is not a supernatural power or whatever, this power within ourselves to break the chains of colonialism, imperialism, and free the God in a man, burst up the chain, the crucifixion and go on in a man, we are in, and bury the Christ in a man. For man to burst up the chain now and be the God in himself. 2 to 12 within this time is a splendid fasting.
And you're saying that
connection, because
we should be doing it together.
Yeah, because that's a point here, because
of course, sure.
when Jah do the 2 to 12 and every priest Isaac,
true,
the baby get for fast and hold to that time. The little you to every little stone, even the pebbles and the rocks and the boulders, together. Because a great judgment then, as Bobo, Bobo always speak of the judgment. Yeah. Yes, my lord, but that moment of time, because bursting is like a man said, because Jah is this general in an army. the 7-star general, you see it? And you know our general go on him army, na them thing, the man a drop brigade, so man a drop brigade, so when a man a burst bomb in the air, boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
So when 12 o'clock is there, so at that place, you know, because 1 hour Babylon judgment coming up.
1 hour,
It's not 12 o'clock on a side there, you know.
Yes.
So when you look this and you say destruction, that's whatever judgment that's when it touch 12, that's again a judgment, that's when it touch 12 over this judge. So it's like doom, doom, doom all over. So we as a people, as a goodie of people, if we can hold that togetherness, as you know, in our meeting and yesterday, and every priest Kumi was speaking about. So if we get everyone to break them fast on that 12 there, it's great. It is great, especially in this time when it is needed more than ever amongst us as a people within this fasting and prayer moment, because I just saying I feel the energy already that is going through the earth within this fasting period I go through.
Holy man,
and I know, you know, last year, Rastafari.
Got you, 2 pause, but got you,
My
man.
lord.
You got you. Answer
Yes,
what
my
I
lord.
want
I
to
say I
ask.
know of enough angel, because I know of angels same way, you know, them steadfast and them thing, and them say, you know, 8 to 6 me are doing, and you know, 6, you understand. But what I say still, it is good when we can agree on a one thing, a moment of time, because I think that is what is missing. And I would say it missing from how we did fast at the foundation, same way too. You understand? We are in enough to get upon a oneness, the one together there. You understand? But fasting is a preparedness again, you know, as you did say still, you know, because it's all you prepare to make it happen still, you see it.
My Lord, give thanks. Yeah, many things. Yes, my Lord, give thanks. Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Yes, even how you break that down, you know, give thanks to that coming down with, you know, explaining the different types of fast that you have even amongst us. And really, what it is now, I can even meditate the Honorable Priest Akil, you know what I mean? The first time we ever come across the understanding of them fast there. It is him that showed us that there were 2 fasts, 2 main fasts. And how he referred to one, I clearly remember, he referred to one as the cup fast. And one as the heartical fast. That's the terms he used, although I come to find ones use them term different for some different things. But still, so the cup fast again from 12 to 2. And from his explanation was that man did have to sign in a book. If me and Honorable Priest Kayla, she said, tell this. Man had to sign in a book to say which fast they're going through, especially through ones who shouldn't really break the fast, like outside them, or in town or whatever. So if one was on a specific mission and he would come in and he would break his fast at 6, this is how we gathered it. So I think for the first 3 years that man do the Lent fast, it was that breaking fast until the 6 o'clock hour, or fasting until 6. I personally tell me that, well, the fasting, the 12 to 2 is 12 to 2. It's not really a cup fast if you don't break it in the tabernacle. I said, oh, okay. And ones even refer to that as a article. So certain ones you would tell them, yeah, man, I'm doing 12 to 2. Oh, you're doing article. I said, no, how that come article? That's not the cup fast. And as you said, but a cup fast, it may be in the cup fast time frame. But it's not a cup fast unless you're in at service and the service come down and they go through a certain
Service
pressure.
because it's a cup fast at the top. Right.
Right. So I mean, I
Yes,
know
man.
how
When
you
I get when I get the fullness with Honorable Priest Bob running the fasting house, that was it there.
Yes, yes. Yeah, got it, that man. So this is what I'm saying. Even the storyline that you bring forward now, that is so key. But why would you see that they have certain ones, even up to this day, as you would say, Priest Earl is a man that would keep that same fast until 6. And then what you highlighted about that Sabbath too, that Sabbath service. If that was a continual thing, you could see that it actually, it makes room for everyone. Because
Yes,
I did an
yes.
interview with Honorable Priest Earl. It's right there on the internet. Anybody that have seen it can see. When he was telling me, he was saying, I asked him what kind of fast he do, and his word was he do the fast that Jah used to do. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
And I said, what type of fast Jah used to do? And he showed me, he break his fast at 6. So,
6.
and I think I asked him something like, so how you break your fast at 6, if you're not in the tabernacle or in the tabernacle, something of the sort. But to him, that's like was a strange question, you could say like, really like you want to know what I mean. You have to understand, I not in it as long as him. But what you just explained now, I could visualize, the 12 o'clock service coming down where it's Sabadana, because they have service that went non-stop for months. I could see the 12 o'clock service coming down, because that's what Priest Fleego said. He was right there. He said, man, sometimes service never come down.
Service never go down.
So it make space for the 12 o'clock man and woman and the 6 o'clock man and woman. But why you believe, King, that these specific ones hold fast to that giant fast then? Because it have a power for real, There's something within it that different. That I love it a lot, going through that whole day. It has a different energy, man. And in the Muslim world, when they do Ramadan, is at the setting of the sun they eat. But they eat, it's a 6 to 6 they do. They eat before the sunrise and then eat after it's set. But I find it mystic, man, because they say King Emmanuel would have done this fast and that fast. And what do you think of say you're fasting from 12 to 2? That's the fast you choose. You wouldn't switch up the fast during the Lent, like to say, well, listen, man,
No.
Right, exactly. So which one why you think the elders would have hold fast to that fast? Those elders specifically.
Repeat that, priest, because
Like
I
Priest
almost
Earl,
break up there. Let's repeat that again.
Priest Earl, like he keeping that fast till 6. And certain other ones, as you call some key people that seem like they really believe in that fast till 6. And Priest Earl specifically says, that's what he said, that's the fast Jah used to keep. So why you think they hold on to that one specifically? Because that's what you do every year.
Yeah. I just say, an error. Because, as I said, someone does whole lot. As I would tell you again, say, for example, I use a man as an example again, like Honorable Priest Morgan.
Okay.
When I see him come forward, is that fast him whole? Him whole that fast and whole that fast. I think I say around 2 years straight. But when it start come now to the calling there of the house to fast together, it's 2 to 12. I see the Honorable Priest move. It's like to come. But it's an article one day in himself.
I get that.
I remember 1 year, we went, it was as a function, it was a Marcus Garvey function. Nigerian ambassador was coming down. It was at University of West Indies, and we were on that fast year, that 8 to 6. And I remember to the timing, and when the timing come, man couldn't break them fast because man out of the road. And man just wallet till the next day.
Till the next day?
Yeah, man just wallet is like, it's like man just laugh through. You know, like just laugh through it, and they say, well, the time go through, and just ease himself and no pressure himself the next day, and just easy still and just run it again. Meanwhile, man, you know, the breaking fast still. But as a young youth and you're coming and you're looking at your elder and everything there, and it's a building, like a man and say, ah,
Of course.
and like him look up to you and say, I want to be like you. Can do that too. Yeah. You see, so when you see your elders them do certain things like that, you see, but a man like honorable priest early always hold it steadfast in that. Is that what him doing? You see, that is fast. And two is that man him now live on the foundation right now, same way still, you know. So that man him hold the fast him hold at that time. Same way too. And the steadfast and the show you say, as I say, him say a Jah fast this. Him not beat you down the 2 to 12 because he also know of that fast too and he used to run that fast.
Oh,
Within them time they went to go through. So as I say, each the elder them experience all of these different fasts in Lent. And you could never tell say, I'll tell an elder say, like we have other man that do it, say a lie. It's like was a one man that do it alone. And they say, boy, a lie. But you see other man do it and tell us say is that. But you know, you look in yourself because as a young youth and say, why someone do that? And I realized that the man and what I want the article because through the yard itself now come together and they hold the fast. So yeah, them man just hold the fast. You understand? Because the man a hold the order then and say that is the order. If the yard like someone that doesn't eat anytime and them thing then, you know, it's not a together, man just hold that as you then say then an article then if a circle then you see. And just hold that fast and you say that fast we are what is a journey. Because if you have every man, as I say, no, it's a journey. Because if you have every man eat and eat different time in pan time, then they go through. If you see how manifold of temptation it is for you to break your fast and go up on that. So I just say still, if a man did start, it's why you start the journey and continue. Because it's your faith. So that is the whole fullness now we have to get now. What is the fasting about? It'll build you. So if a man faithful in himself and say, you see me, every day, me go that 3 hours there without do that thing there and eat that thing there. And him look a faith, you know, because I just say faith like a mustard seed and him steadfast. And that what him doing. And this man now, him up and down, this up and down, that and them thing there now. That man, they build himself in a steadfastness now, you know, say, you say, me see this thing me I do. This thing me I do. That is a journey we are building within yourself. And if you say it's this thing you're doing, you're steadfast and holy to that time. I know say that is your journey. So at the end of the day, you run your race. And you gather within yourself. You must know you're feeling your physical structure. Just like a man run 400 meters and he run as much time and he say, hey, you can't do 3 more lap, you know. So it'll push him. So that man then know say, yeah, man, because 6 to 12 I'm used to doing in the morning. Nah, man, 6 to 6 this time. Nah, what? 22 hours, I can't do it, man. And him steadfast in himself and say, that is it, you know. But I just say still, we see man do all type of things because man have them shortcomings. You see man say he might do 6 to 8 and when you check it out, you're strong in yourself and you see him break into and you say, but no man just not same gone on from the 2 to 12 and then thing there, him just gone on from 12 to 12 and them things. We see all of them things. You say, man,
oh man, not laughing at no one.
No, you're not laughing at no one because you are going on, you know. When we have to say it again now, we are in this is a journey now. It's a journey, it's a learning journey. Sometimes a man go tell you, say, you see, me have to go up on the road. I'm not reaching back on a certain time.
And fly all over the place.
And them thing they know, he must say, that in himself. So, what couldn't stop a man from doing that? The only thing what couldn't stop a man and woman from doing certain things. As I say, a man used to send them on the road and he comes to fast is go through a unification fast. Everyone come together.
But you know, mystically, I was just saying that as you bring up that, because even those times when we're doing those heartical fast whole day, you know, some of them times is movements. I know even Lent time you should try your best not to move, but them time is movement. Where's the movement here playing a dog, and time zone
movements
and keep it up too. You know,
right.
that itself is a next level to as like a little extra weight on it there.
Next level, man. Is
you know,
as we say, no priest.
Sure.
This teaching what the Father come give us and teach us, you know, is to help us along our journey. Our journey. That is why, you know, one of the things where more than tell a man saying at the Lent is that when you agree upon a thing, because a man, you know, we said the Father used 8 to 6, him do 2 to 12. When you agree upon a thing, say this is what you're doing, it's different. Then when a man do this and you beat the man that do that, the man that do that, the man that do that.
Right,
it's like the Lent, which is supposed to be a steadfastness, you have it on a different ningy vibes.
Right.
Because you never did agree, say, or we never come together and say that is what we're doing as a house or whatever, you understand? So you make sure you agree. And remember, you know, one of the things in the priest you have to bear here, the kitchen is a very important thing in the fast.
Yes, I mean.
The kitchen is very important in the fasting. Very, very, very important. Knowing, say, you know, the bringing up of the feast of a break the fast. When you organize, and that is the reason why I tell you again now, say, even as the honorary priest Morgan go up on the 2 to 12 fasting, you know, and the priest realized and said the kitchen is very important for the fasting go through. If no man now run the kitchen and the kitchen don't have a kitchen captain, to ensure that things are go through.
The problems.
In things you come up 12 and it's short, so you see man prepare him thing and gone over to one whatever. So in the stick on the next pass and then say, you know, I look about my team on the 6 then, you know, so and so. You know. But I see the honorable priest take up the kitchen as a captain to ensure that the fast can break 12. So that kind of excuse your man say him not enough that time this one, so that one there erase.
Yeah, man.
And it's years. The priest to that.
I mentioned something like that. I mentioned something like that in a program we did yesterday. You know, it's kind of the first programs I did since the Lent. I mentioned the importance of a government and a commune where every office is filled. You know, so the ones that not because not in the service mean that you're not in the service. Okay, you can't tell me you're in the kitchen and because you're not in the church, you're not getting the salvation. Because the man in the service depending on you. He not thinking about the chop up chives and tomato, you know. He thinking about which hymn and which chorus. And when he come up there after, all you have to do is sit down and a hot sip go in front of him. So it's a teamwork there. So yeah, my lord, go through. I go
because
see that.
Even my lord, when the swaz in the break in the tabernacle, them show you the kitchen angel also with the cup fast, you know. Him go over that time, they go break him fast. So yeah, but the thing I run service I go on and go break him fast. So you see, it's a teamwork. So I see Priest Morgan take up that thing, Bill Angel, not that too. Where we see Priest Warren, Priest Parr and them thing there. We see Priest Fleego them take it up. They got on in this moment of time coming up. We see another Priest Shimran, we see another Priest Parr, and I see him here. Bill and Noah said that's the kitchen staff for the Lent. Understand? And man in there make sure so the potter bubble and things in the same way. And one of the key things, even at the bubble shanty thing, because remember you need something to go in the pot, you know.
True.
You see it? So you have an angel now, many times now when no say unity now we come together. We see this as I tell you the year when you know the honorable priest take it up and say 2 to 12. As we are speak of some things of you have a prophet named Kalanchi, prophet in Arthur. Him take it up on himself. And no say you see every day in this land here. Now go out with the broom. I mean, I reach back with certain time, with the food for the next day too.
For the next day, positive.
And that teamwork going through, and then another priest Bob and the angels and I run the service.
Right. So no man is really an island when it comes to this.
Got through.
I say no man is an island. It's really
no man is an island,
really
and no
a
woman
unity
neither.
thing.
Unity, my lord, is a unity. Is you see, when you study the works of the Black Christ, King Emmanuel Charles Edwards, and what he's going to do, because you touch a very important part even before, you were speaking about the Christ, and about outer road, and it's not all them keep it outer road, because what always still a man saying, the Christ that we know about, although we compare him and we show, evidence from the biblical book, say this is the man, and enough times the man will speak up what's speaking of the Bible and what's one, so you understand. But to us as a Bobo Shanti, we must speak of what the Christ in this time come say and manifest. As I said that, see the showers that they come down at the same time. That's Rastafari. You see it, so what the Christ in this time, so what the Christ set him thing in this time. So the importance, my lord, the broom field around and the kitchen around and everything around, you can steadfast upon that time there.
Rastafari.
The 2 to 12. The eye speak a very important thing where the eye say, movements are go through the Lent. And if the eye never learn of these fasting and everything, the eye would then move and kind of confuse. But the eye could then know, so the eye could then put himself to the fasting.
Yeah.
That is approval in the movements going through.
It's true,
so the eye steadfast by your journey.
And we have at that time there's still, that time there too, is a lot of one of them times there's a lot, and about this working amongst a lot of food too. You know what I mean? Yeah, you laugh. True, exactly what I say. That's an interesting thing too,
Yeah.
As if a lot of part of it can't taste nothing and snap nothing.
You can't taste nothing.
But what I'm saying, King,
yes, my lord.
As we flow too, I want to touch upon the spiritual aspect of this time too, I wanted to ask about King Emmanuel, but I think maybe I'm going to leave that till after this, unless it just finds its way in. Because I hear one just talk about King Emmanuel preparation for the fast and how he prepare for the fast and his up and some man say, I hear man say, just start this fast too strong before the fast. I come to learn something too,
priest, bless the love.
Go ahead.
In around 30 seconds ago, the video paused. So whatever the eye did speak of, I would love gladly for the eye to repeat, my lord.
Wow, well, that's interesting. Maybe that's
one of things that,
maybe that's a mystic within itself. Well, I was saying, really, I wanted us to touch upon some spiritual aspect of the Lenten time and the fasting. I think you may have gotten that part. I was saying, there's a lot of things that come with it. One will speak of, careful how you enter into the Lent. The Pope ready to fight and just like the temptation, etc. And I was saying also that eventually I would want to ask of how the Black Christ himself prepared for this time, because I've heard ones say that Jado started his fast 2 strongs before. Again, I come to learn that a man we get a one experience and publish it like if that's how this thing going. There may have been a time you do that or whatever. And using hyssop and preparation for the fast and these different things. As I said, when I say the spirit of the Lent too, because the Lent have a theology, really, which is to me that's a main thing in the Lent, the crucifixion and the resurrection, and not just of a biblical story, we have our own unique aspect to this culture. So all of that, if you could just touch upon that. Specifically, the Lenten time,
My
the crucifixion, resurrection philosophy, and the spirit that followed this time of the. I hope all that came too clear because I see a little sticking in the video from this end for real. I see a little sticking. You got me good because I
yes,
see.
Yes, my Lord. Give thanks again.
Yeah, there is a little sticking. I don't know if it's
Yes.
on my end.
Yes, my sticking here?
Yeah, no, you're there now, but it was cutty. So, but you said you hear, if you didn't hear everything, you had to hear something. So there's true on whatever you got.
True. True, God. Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Yes, my Lord. So, as I say, you have certain elders, wearing, because of them see man here, when I write the books. For this thing, I always speak to enough of the elders, because a man good as all this one. So, because we say, we're going to go to that now, but I'll show you a man.
Of course.
If you read how Matthew said this, Luke did say it different, and that one said different, and that one said different, and that one did say the man are speaking to under the congregation, and this man said this, and man said that, but the whole testimony they come in a one book. You see it as Jerusalem School book room. So I always said to the elder them still that free shepherd, free speaker, enough man said still say. Don't worry about what that person write in that book there. I want to say that person I give them testimony. But the item have to look and concentrate on at this time now, because the item are powerful, man. And woman, write the item books too. You understand? Write your chapter. You write your, it's like a man can't say, and that never goes up. My Lord, just as you say a while ago, a man will see the father do a thing one time, and he will take it and move it as a testimony. That is that. I
saw the thing go.
And when I look at enough things, I realize, and open up, say, that is exactly what's going on to, Whether a man look on it or not, because I always said this to enough man, not see me say, my Lord, if you did leave the foundation at that time, because we have to look on the thing as reality, Because enough time you leave your district and you go every 6 months and you come back, the road ended there, so the road over there, so it wasn't there. Nobody in your community never ever tell us that the road moving. You have to come and find out that the road move. So the father with man, and you have man what trod, same way, moment of time. So when you make a move for a moment of time, what was the introduction?
Oh yes, of course. In your
absence. Of what take place? Like and every priest Daniel Emmanuel used to tell I say, my Lord, so we used to salute.
Yeah.
Now the creed. You see it? And him say, it's like Jade have him chopped down a road. He might tell me now, him say, when the salute changed to this? And he might say, is the truck they down the road? And just send him on them kind of leave him truck down the road. And when the truck come in at the yard now and Jack come out and see it now, just and salute. You see, so who wasn't there at that time then?
Yeah.
And probably I'm just a speak as we see it going. And only did say this. And then come see that, Sometimes a man if you see what we're saying.
Yes.
So that him chop up. Because you always speak of a thing, and if you read the Bible, you don't know your history, the Bible to you is a mystery.
Yeah.
And you always speak of dates and them things, because sometimes, as a journalist, and you speak to this honorable elder, and you speak to this one, and this one get different. But same time, you speak to our next man, and you realize within a time frame in there, when this man did speak, that the man they move. That's her. And this man, this and this man will give you this testimony. But at the man in the middle now, come now and show you, say, say, when so they make a move and go down, so go live and stay down the stuff here. But this man will give the testimony, All them hear that man testimony. He never tell us that man did make a move,
Yeah.
But it's the man now, where sometimes it come like, at the young youth will come. So him couldn't come now at the foundation and know, say, when I come at the foundation, that man never did it for much years. So if it's the man that come tell you that. So yes, my lord, it's a spiritual journey, and you know what I hear even on every priest ruler, because that thing with with fish and them thing there, even within them thing there, we realize someone we run down in fish for the last day of the Lent, probably all the Tuesday before, and say have to eat some fish because if you and over as me I say. Because Lent start tomorrow.
Yep.
Good Friday come a man probably go Thursday already go looking fish because when him break him fast on Good Friday in fish there.
Me tell you.
So so it seems fishy. So anyway, so at that present moment of time now, I'm gonna talk more about him fish, and then you don't wonder now, cause you see the father, deal with fish. Different things. You can hear different things. And I'm gonna tell you all type of different things still. The father only pick that, the father never. It's a different thing with culture. Sure. So man then speak and say, nah, man, you see, Jah, and you hear this enough from enough elders. Them say all 2 weeks before, Jah done with fish already.
Yeah.
Before the Lent.
And
man, they tell us after the Lent, all months after the Lent, so just still not touch it yet. You see it? So it put you in a different state of mind and everything there. You see it say, where you run down then? And what is the importance of this? So even not eating fish, not eating certain things in a Lent, what is it doing again? Because I just say that spiritual part and what it is doing to the physical structure. Do we fully understand, what this period of time is doing to our physical structure? So that's why man then tell us, Jah, they make man prepare themselves, say, before the Lent start to take a wash out. Man clean out himself. And when the Lent go through, the aloes with hyssop, when we break the fast and thing, man always have a little cup of aloes to keep the temple flowing. Now you realize within that spiritual, guys, I know it within myself, and man and man testify of it same way. Your visions are different in Lent. Your visions are different and they are quite clear. In the Lent period of time, when you're cleaning up yourself at that time, not just eating enough.
It done coming already.
That bitters there, that thing there, that aloes there, that hyssop there of cleaning out your whole physical structure change. And Jah is the man, the great physician is here, the sympathizing negos. So the great physician is here, the sympathizing negos of a spiritual journey. And even this time now, you're going to observe the mystic of a physician in your presence, or him deal with a patient, and the journey when put the patient on to certain things, you understand, to get the physical structure together. We're speaking about the right and the priest Kailash now, because we are talking about as a witness and observing a physician within the physical structure, how him deal a patient and put the patient on fasting and to purge what the patient before the patient start build up his structure. You put everything now, you have to look on that physical thing there now, and then you bring it forward on that spiritual level now, and observing now what the Father is doing spiritually within us. And if we do understand, yes, my Lord, understand, overstand what is going on. There I see I forward, my Lord.
I see you, good man.
All right, because I think that
yeah, man, all right.
We'll out a while ago still. Yes, my Lord. So within that spiritual realms, my Lord, is a communication Because if you observe the choruses, the hymns was sing in at that time, are you walking daily by the Savior's side? That connection with you and the inner man, the God, is a time wherein man and woman to go in themselves. The Father said, humble yourself. When you fast, you go in your closet. You go in yourself. That is where you need to go within the Lent. To go in your structure and observe fully what is going on. Yes, my lord. Or they did break up for
Oh no, yeah, man.
my
Believe me, everything
so
went
it's
to
a
clear.
sense of
Everything went clear. Believe me.
a sense of healing and purifying yourself, your spiritual self, because we are more than this physical structure that we are in.
Natural.
This is just a house. So the journey now is to go between the mind and the physical structure. Because the mind full of thoughts, positive, negative, they're running, they tell you this, they tell you that, because you is not the mind. It's either you do what the mind says you do, or you know which one to choose. It's just a computer full of data. They tell you this and they tell you that. Man, go up on the app, the man, now man, say, look up over, they say, man, that's the app here, man. Join the app, then download that, no man, bam, bam. The mind.
What a video.
And the physical structure, it love them thing there. It want to make a move too. So it's you now, you hold the bridle and hold this physical structure now. In this Lenten period, is that journey. You're on a spiritual journey. All of them great leaders fast and pray, oh Father Moses, I want to be like you. And we come see Father Moses for true.
Oh my Lord.
Every man say, I want to be holy like King Emmanuel Charles Edwards. No matter how much money you speak, think about the Black Christ out there. One thing they always go, oh, I'm not a God. What he must say is a good man. Yeah. Them can't find one wrong within him. The only problem is don't make it thyself God. You see?
Yes,
yes, sir. Our God self, the Father wants us to find for ourselves to be God and goddesses again. And how him find God in himself. Him is not a selfish teacher. Him come teach us the secret of life. That we could understand in a stance, we just passing through this physical structure and move through the ends of the earth. We have to in our spiritual self and stop things that we just flesh alone. But reincarnation bring forward all flesh.
Since you're on the spiritual, and before you leave the fish part, it's not even fish, but like I know I did a video recently with Ras Akeem there. Y'all making some porridge, Richie. Sea moss. Now,
yes.
In the early days, I could give you my outlook even before I leave it anyway. In the early days, I never hear no one say anything about sea moss. It's only lately I don't hear one say. During Lent, eat from the
rain start drop again.
Hold on. Including sea moss. I guess maybe in them days sea moss wasn't as fashionable. Yes. I know one that I was cooking Irish moss and so on, so don't get me wrong. But what I say now, Honorable Priest Earl, he says, well, the reason why, this is his reason, the reason why is because Irish moss could increase, I guess, a man's want for some sort of experience sexually. I remember the exact word, giddy or whatever the case is. But I know they have other plants that do that too, that don't grow in the sea, for sure. Other Other ones will say, well, through the sea cleaning out itself. Well, we know that science for sure. Nobody can tell me that, because anytime when this coming to an end, you can smell the sea, man. You actually smell it, like, yeah, and it happens all the time. So you could see something really going on in the sea during this time. And for those who may not know, as Bobo Shanti, we don't really go to the beach during this time of year. So really there's something with the sea. Now, okay, is it that because I'm saying, man, because I'm trying to put myself in the frame of time, you know, because although Bobo Shanti, and as you say, fish would have been a part of the diet there. It's not fish like you go to supermarket and buy a fillet fish in the freezer. You know what I mean? You know I don't eat no fish, you know, but even on a video I see my brother put up, I see some little thing like some snapper. Even when I go Bull Bay, I go tongue and see man buy fish already. I mean, I didn't know that's what we were gonna buy. I didn't hold none of that. I mean, I think it all started there. But anyway, but it was some little silver thing. Little thing, eh? Some little thing.
Yeah.
And even what I seen on the video and so today, them big, that look like Dr. Fish, what we call Dr. Fish. Them is big fish compared to what I know. It's being fried. Now, the point I'm making here, not that I encourage no fish business at all. Right? What I'm saying is that the culture was buy fresh then. Let's put it that way.
Buy fresh.
Now, I have some sea mass in here that I have in here. I pack up a sea mass. I didn't just go to the sea and take them out. So you know what I mean? I know everyone may not use salt. I use salt when I cook. Sea salt. But at the moment, I'm brandishing some Himalayan sea salt. But it still come from the sea. But it come from the top of the Himalayan mountain. So if we are cutting everything from the sea, I just want to be clear if what it is it the sea? Because if it's the sea, salt have to be out of it totally. Spirulina, I guess spirulina, nori, sea moss. Is it the sea? And is it because the sea is cleaning out? Because a lot of these things that we have from the sea has been stored. I mean, when I got the sea moss, the sea was clean. This is the point I'm making, you know, because and I'm bringing it back to sometimes we take something from a time and an age and a culture that may not fit in this culture. Again, a man would say, we don't take nothing from the sea because the sea is clean. But yes, keep it in mind. Like people grow sea moss outside of the sea too, in their own thing that they set up. And so that's where I want to gather that from. Or is it some other science that we're not checking out? I hope that not gone too far, you know, but just clarity. Kind of sea moss have so much of minerals. If you don't have no reason to just pause on your sea moss for 2 months, I wouldn't want to do that. Go to.
You see, as I said, I break it down when I hear it and who would I hear it from.
Right.
That's next person to they speak up. Because when I just fall in the foundation, as I said, I'm going to give my testimony. I don't know what other angel was doing, what depart, because 49% did depart and still more that I just prayed. You see, so within my moment of time there, you know, I never really see ones and ones that you see as inland, outer length. Irish mash. You see it on a wall. I never used to see man a drink it. Within length, outer length. So that means I never did see, it's not an item or an ingredient that I come to the ocean and see a man like bringing him sea mass and drink and them thing there. I can recall one person that I see and first time ever see Irish mash in there, like I see an individual that drink some Irish mash. Probably there, but I don't see, but what I see was when Ivan blow, within a moment of time that was honorable priest oral. Because you know, as a medicine man, I see he must boil in some Irish mash. See, because if you give her a quart bottle of Irish mash. Right. So it is the first person I see, but I know hear no whole heap of man like it's someone and say, well, I'm going on, let's on him buy that and something when I speak about all why in a year no man speak of that. Within the time and age now as a coming up and them thing, you know, you find out, say, you hear man, I say, yeah, man, you have to drink some Irish mash more, while, you know, as minerals and them thing, you need them thing, then your physical structure. So me, I hear this Irish mash at springing at the yard, enough since around probably 209 and them thing, you know, you hear man and man attack. Man only a speak, and it's certain man now, because within the foundation, you have different angels wherein them penetrate or meditate now the physical structure in a way where them look things within health conscious levels.
Of course, definitely.
You understand? So them angels you will hear from, you will hear it, and you hear priests are say certain things, and you hear Prophet talk man will tell about that and them thing. You hear priests when them tell you say, you know, Irish mash and you know, priest about them, and someone a certain man, priest power them man there. They tell about Irish mash and them thing there. But it's not thing where you hear ones and ones. Now, since you know, ones and ones are getting now, even the world itself now, because if you check it out on every priest either, people are drink Irish mash long time, you know, or CMAS now, but to where it been now, the speaking about CMAS now in the world now is like the whole world open up towards what the CMAS is about now, and people are drink. Now, it is in 2018, I suppose, you know, when I even did go, I think they had to go to the foundation. You got into the foundation 2018 there?
I think it's 18, yeah. From
Bahamas,
yeah.
And that was the
that
time
was
now
time
I
too.
hear,
That was
I hear the honorable Priest Earl. You know,
that's when I did the interview with you. Yeah.
Right. Even before I do the interview, I hear him speak up in the same way. I say, the sea must not be drink in the Lent. You understand? And yeah, because it's from the sea. So the idea, let's make a point, you know, and coming up to it, because I was speaking to my empress, even this strong. I mean, I say, and I see him see my singing the top about and what utter in a Lent. And then I said to her, I say, it's a funny thing, you know, because you know, someone check a man say, so want the sea salt. You know, if you use it, you see.
Oh, well,
yeah. So you know, she speak of that still. Now, come I say, is that thing a reason now? When you speak up now, you say you gather your thing fresh. Where you have all long.
Yeah.
So therefore, as I say again, there is a preparation coming up to Lent. The things where you gather and them thing there. You know, like a man prepare for famine, and send the famine come and them thing they are. When the man tell us a 25 year of jubilee and food go drop on the ground and them thing there, apple and them thing there, and now go rat and you know to pick up none of them thing there, because the earth go through a fasting within a period of time there.
Yes,
but still you did gather that thing when it was in season. So at this time now, when you have to discipline yourself, like go feed out there, go use it, you did already have it. So you use it because you have it.
Exactly.
You see it, so within my fullness still, honorable, I never used to hear them speak about that. It's of recently, I telling you, within myself that I know, I will hear angels, because I think it was, you know, other night and a year, and I think another priest Kumi did speak of it too.
Yes.
And say, yeah, that is the second person.
Yeah, drop that.
All my trading as Bobo Shanti, we tell you have the truth, my lad, as an alien thing, you know, that's the second person I ever hear utter that within that moments of time there. See, you know? So it was a reason thing, and my lad.
No, I was just saying, you know, I know a lot of ones, you know, a lot of, you see, like you have certain things around the world that young people just gravitate into. Enough young ones, just like I gravitate into this, and all Lent and so is a thing that seem like a lot of young people all in South Africa, and so like they just want to learn it, you know. They're glad they're on here.
Yeah, man. They're hungry for it, man. Hungry. So every man want to.
That's the word.
Want to make sure.
Yes.
Everyone want to make sure. So one of the things, you know, because I always full jar this thing within Boba Shanti, I say, because as you're growing up, because which Boba can say know everything. You see it? So as you grow, you learn and you understand. But the thing is now, you as you put the food within the children reach, it is very, 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 very vital. It is vital that when certain topic come up, you sit down and read about it and analyze it fully. You see it and where this come from and where that come from. But going into it still honorable at this present moment of time, even from the honorable elder them did utter it, I man no use it in other land.
I follow that straight with the understanding and
with the understanding with us, there and just wallet there.
well, I myself
I speak of certain things. Wherein they say no in a spirulina and all of these things wherein you have certain angel when we use these things and you have certain angel whenever participate at these things.
At all. Yes.
Yeah. Yet they don't participate it yet. You see it?
Interesting. So as I would even leave that as that. But as it relates to, because these are things that really need to be rectified, not like if we have the answer to them things there. That's why it's a cost. But with the smoking aspect now, which is another key thing. I know
on the Lent.
Yeah, especially with the cup fast. Since it's not a cup fast, because my understanding, I think my Lord Priest Kumi was talking this too. The same night we had the reasoning. He was showing, he mentioned that, he did, no smoking. And I think he actually said, because, it's service.
Because naturally man I got service and thing. So my fullness within it. Yeah.
But what I'm saying now, say like how man sitting in it, it may not be service, but you're still keeping your fast till 12. It's good practice because I wake up in the rising and I partake before the sunrise. I actually leave it at that until the fast break, just for whatever reason. But say there's no service. You think one should compel himself or herself to hold that ease and the partaking as well until the breaking, yes, sir.
Yes, well, within the fullness now, like, in the fasting I got through and another priest, Bob, was there same way. And I'm at the fasting now. So I'm sure I say, if you are fast, right, and you smoke, you can't participate. What you used to do is, you have fasting, you have fasting bowl, you have cup fasting basin. You understand? Wherein you go, if you just smoke, you can't use the basin. Because remember, you have to put your mouth and dip and take up the water. So normally a man then get a calabash. And he come there and break is a calabash him use. A calabash and every priest Bob let him use. And if it's just smoke and come use the cup. So two different things that he must show in. If I have a straight cup and you have smoke and everything there, you want to participate there. So man then come, we then hold it for no such a cup fast and as says like a togetherness, him just hold it. But the base on every priest Bible then show now say no, you cannot. Because we see I keep fasting service and everything, that man come and say no. And priest Bible then ask, you smoke? And the man say, yes, my Lord. And priest Bible say, okay, calabash. And then go outside with him calabash and then break him fast. And then come forward in.
True, man. Clear as crystal. We overstand it. All right, my Lord. Let me ask you, before we even seal up, I wouldn't keep it forever too because I don't know, but I can't have you and say something about the coming into the Lent and the joyous time of resurrection and the whole, I would say the whole epic of the Mother White Bridge story. Give us some clarity. Help me out. Christ was crucified. That's how I hear it. I remember in the early days, I just trying to figure this out. I said, Christ was crucified 2,000 years ago in Egypt, Jamaica. And I tried to do the math. I said, 2,000 years ago, what was going on in Jamaica? Let me see. And then I come to realize someone say it wasn't really 2,000 years ago. But sure, I see that written 2,000 years ago. They have a little book. Right. But same priest Bob.
That's always the culture.
Priest Bob said it was in the 60s though, not 2,000 years ago.
All right.
Couple of months
I
is the
see it
6 days.
I see it as where it's a 2,000 year pamphlets too. Not just book. Pamphlets also.
Oh my Lord.
And then every priest
Egypt,
Bob would
Jamaica.
then show you now say in at this time because and I remember every priest Bob tell me say a 3 times them say them crucify the man.
3.
Yeah, man, 3 times, different occasion. When them say the man in crucify and when you look at Jadat, them see again, resurrect, come forward. One at a time, intelligent Jack forward, because them have him same dead. And him come forward to the congregation and him in a full suit of red. You see him tell you that happened, then he might tell you for next time again, the moments again now wearing, some thing again and you know, sure say they must say the man pass again and when the man come forward, the priest Bob said when him come at the Good Friday service and him just looking for the congregation again and him say just in a full suit of black with a sandals with the bottom white. So different, journey because the honorable priest Bob and the right honorable priest Ruler was a man them were always tell you about these crucifixion and man get beaten and them think that even when them break the button, punch just same yourself. And even when I time come mash down the man camp, because when I time priest Bob look for me and priest Roller must speak up and say, is that man there? The man they can't take lick.
Oh,
a priest Roller am talking, them I say the amount of lick what priest Roller get, So when I time priest Roller get beaten same way, at that time them I say the father get beaten the same way. At that time I say the father die. And them can't see the father, but here comes the father again.
Yes, and none of these times is 1958.
None of them times.
And all them time they be dead too.
And they dead too. Him always, as the songwriter said, pick him up, him lift him up, him bounce right back. What a hard man for dead.
Judgment.
You see it because many times them say this man die. Many, many, many times. That is why even the pamphlets and the man couldn't, show you say, them say this man dead. That's why even the brigadier did run.
Yeah, but quickly, before I not say not too long, I just want to put in this and this might add. I don't have nothing to pinpoint, but I just speak of it. I find it interesting too that Coral Gardens massacre was around Good Friday. Go Joe.
Yes, my lord. And the funny thing that is where I grew up,
Oh.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember you have a place from my home which part I used to do. Which part them used to have like one of them sugar mill thing on Sugar Mill Road. And them say enough slave use over there, so. And you have a hole. I don't know what them do with a hole, but it's a hole, it's a deep hole with enough rock in it because I used to go over there and look on it, but it's a thing where mark do not disturb. That engrave upon it, do not disturb, But as I said, within that moment of time there, it's the same time Good Friday.
Yeah, interesting. I don't know exactly where King Emmanuel was in that episode. When I say was, I never, well, maybe you don't say, well, the boy, they do bonga Andy during that time there. I never get that. I never hear that. Yeah.
But a lot of Rastafari was being persecuted
for sure
within that time.
There you go.
You understand? A whole heap of Rastafari was being persecuted at that time. You see, so I know that within that moment of time, it wasn't easy same way on the general. You see, I remember Priest Isaiah, because Priest Isaiah was one of them on there to get beaten and locked up to, in the Coral Guard incident. Because I remember in Priest Isaiah was on the altar and he was reading Hebrews chapter 11 and speak about faith. And at the days of first, him tell me, after the service, him tell me I go on, but when I read it and show, he say, that was the scripture. For them in there, when them lock up, that is scripture them I read every day. So you might get the faith of, remember Job and all of these, man, and Elijah and pray for rain and all of these things. So the man I say, that thing we did read when him come out. So even at the time, you know, I specifically hear Ella said this already to say that is why even Jah reward them and to them priesthood. You see it, because it's a trad. You understand? There's a sacrifice within them time that them man they've been honored. You see it. And every priest Isaiah same way.
That's the same one in Ethiopia that.
Yes, my lord, the baker, you know.
Oh my lord. I tapi.
Yeah, man. No,
Yeah,
yeah, Ayapi,
but,
priest Ayapi, that was
Ayapi.
before, but priest Isaiah was a baker when I just come forward.
Okay.
At
I
the
never meet him.
foundation.
I just hear of him.
No,
So.
I never he did make a trad already go to Ethiopia.
Okay.
Shashamanika, he was a baker. You see, so he's a man that you know, bake the bread them and all of them things and teach angel them, you know.
Big guy the Bible.
Yeah. The funny state where you see is a journey coming from, you know, because when you look now, I remember when priest Isaiah moved because he was a baker. Yeah. And the first Lent I got through because my lord, you see, the Lent, because you know it says unleavened bread. In the Lent, I don't man use them yeast. Before that, I was unleavened, man went to say, other man are carrying yeast and whatever still. But you see, that time, you know, I remember through the priest make a move. 98. So that means I move around 99 because when we get my priesthood, we get to minister with him. So
true, man.
99 then. Him not did it for the 99 the Lent. That 98 Lent, 99 Lent, you know, there. So I remember that now it was a difficult enough ones to set the bread. You see, it was a different because it was a difficult task for ones and ones set the bread. And because people don't speak about priest in Africa and all of them things, because every Lent come like what's always a trial.
How about a man like Priest Power? What he did at that?
Priest Power is there a long time, man, but him is not a man of set bread. I have been speaking about him true, him is a man of met bread.
Yeah.
You see it? But he break down, man, and the conquering of the set bread come through in our time of we see, because many bakers try. Is within priest we and them priest about them time. This you see it maybe on a universal level. If a man do it at him home, we don't know kind that him home. We are speaking on a universal level there. If you come up through the Lent and all of them things there, then I priest mark and take it up. And then you see the improvement right now. Enough time I speak to the man and she said, no, we never use yeast again on a day to day, not even for Sabbath again and them things. They are set bread. So man conquer, so you say is a journey wherein Lent. Man use the Lent itself and conquer this thing now to bring back this unleavened bread till now you can't get unleavened bread on the Sabbath. Without say is Lent make you getting this now.
Yeah.
So even that part wherein it resurrect. So even, you know, as I say, you come there and to the foundation and you see certain thing wasn't there. As I say now, it resurrect now, the resurrect and man, I go back and they say this is the journey of the fasting time. This is the things how you eat and how you drink. You see, so it come there now to and straight to unleavened bread. It come. Yeah, straight there now from that time. The best because bread, as the man them going on, my lad. As the man them go and they leave it to enough young angel who have to dig through the tunnel and break the rocks and all of them things there. Return.
All of this is recalling the history now. This is all a part of the history record, recalling the history. Yeah, man.
Yes, my lord.
But my lord, I'm not going to hold you up no more on that, I know. Give thanks for the moment there. But in sealing still, you know, I mean, the Lent is a Lent still, you know, it's a Lent.
Yes.
I know swift run, so maybe even before the resurrection, we might touch again. You know,
all
because
right, my lord, yes, my lord.
But it's a heap more things still, you know, and I'm sure. Because
what more things by that?
yeah, we didn't even really start and you know, we didn't even really spend no time talking about King Emmanuel specifically. And you know, because even if they never
True.
sit with, I know they are full of it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
man. You have a lot of testimony there and things that's seen and even the spiritual ground, you know, and
Right.
the presence of the man and visions and things you see still, you know, because many things happen.
Yeah,
You
man.
see it? Yeah, man, many things happen.
Yes,
Because it took me a time to, you know, as a young prophet that come, if you know said the father did put on him structure, you know. That
Okay,
is
true.
not something what known to me in the first week, 2 weeks, a month, and them type of thing then. It's not an utterance, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah, man. At least a month before I know.
Because when you come to the camp, you stay in one time.
Yeah, man. You see, the first time when I come to the camp, you know, it was April, because the next journey again, like I remember says is we walk on a part of a journey, and you know, so probably our next time is a different thing that I can you see. But when I come, it was the first time, it was April 21st visit, you know, because a couple of my brethren, it was 7 of us, we go to the camp, and we go to the camp now, and it was a celebration that we go. And then we go up in the morning because we end up down at the beach because I've been getting up on the beach. And in the morning we end up down at the camp and thing. And it was a mystical place because you couldn't feel the mystical place. You couldn't feel the holiness in the place. You couldn't feel different because it's a celebration moment still, you know. You see it, so you don't know what really take place still. And I remember I was there and I sitting and priest oral veranda because that is come, and I sit down to myself and I say, what are they? A place like this in the earth? You really have a place like this in the earth?
The bonus are high grade.
So it's the mystical thing. So I sit down because it's 7 of us coming about my other brethren, them they want a place, but it come like this place catch me.
Of course.
And through what the father place, as I say, I don't even know what the father dropping structure them thing there, but me going to a spiritual place, I'm going to one different, I go into a different spiritual realms. I'm meditating now because I saw, you know, the presence of the Father is here. But one of the mystic thing on every priest, Isaac, before, you know, I tell us, say, when I come in, I sit in. When I come, I sit on the veranda and I look in, and the Sabbath coming. And I see a man coming, you know, coming up, a young youth coming up, and I reason with the God in myself. I'm speaking to the God in myself. And everything I am speaking to myself, I hear that man uttering down there. And him walking and coming up. And I meditate in myself and I speaking to the, and I say, but this is King Emmanuel in a mystical form. That is what I'm saying, because I'm saying this person is coming up and this person is speaking my thoughts. As I meditate on the place, this person is answering everything that I am thinking about. So when this person saying everything that I am thinking about, now I am saying, no, man, this is King Emmanuel in a mystical form. So the person pass and him bless us and him going at the veranda, upon the veranda, and him going at the room. And when him go in the room, I still speaking to the God in myself, and I still hear this man in this room answering what I am saying. So I said to myself, no, man, a King Emmanuel, this in a mystical form. As I said that, I hear the voice say, yes, man, it is I, man. It is Emmanuel. It is I.
Same brethren saying Alice.
The same brethren. When I say, this is King Emmanuel, now mystical form, I say, it is I, man. It is Emmanuel. It is I, man.
Is a virgin, you know, up to now, is like, I know
Up
it's
to
a
now,
first.
I never see that virgin
I
again.
hear it, yeah. That's what I wanted to. All right.
You see, so when I that Sabbath now go through now, and the funniest thing, because I mean I'm a virgin, then they come and one of them mother did one back in car and everything there, and I realized I have a travel now. I never did want to go, and I remember Priest Joel, he never did want to travel back on the Sabbath. But you know, as 7 young youth come and them thing, and this man mother they call him, he want him vehicle, and them thing the same way. Cause he make a phone call down the road and he call him mother and thing, and Priest Joel, I turned red like fire. But I said to myself, you know, when going down, because I'm not speaking to anyone, you know, from my coming up, Priest Isaac, I get dumbstruck by this place. I even speak to no one. I just in myself, I speaking. And I said to myself, I see that place there, I going back to that place there. If I ever walk, I have to walk, I going back there. So said, so done. I never realized that this walk, I was really walking from one end of the island to this place.
Hello.
The same word that I speak, and from I come go there and sit in 7th of August 1997. It's a mystical time to, you know, God. I sure think I have a passport.
Hello.
And in the passport, it have an expiry date.
Wow.
And when I reach in camp and check it out, the expiry date is the day I reach in the camp.
Yeah, man. That's just jam, clear as crystal, you
You
know.
see, so, so that is the time I just say no. From my child now, I never move. So that is the reason why sometimes now I see certain things and I see when certain changes start make and certain time, and I'm on and say, oh, you know that. But the things that, as I tell you before, I will see certain things and I know the exact date and time when that it happened. Because you see, show your thing, preach. Just when you go service and your life is like service, another service you depend, every service coming like a day of your calendar in your life.
Wow.
And every service is a different service. So when that happened, 2 weeks after that service, you know exactly when that did happen. Because that service was mystical, and even the movement at that time was mystical, that you find it fit in that time, so you couldn't remember exactly, say, at that year.
Yes, my God.
Yeah. So that is just the mystical
Yeah, man, of
movement
course, of course.
of this trad here, so, you know?
My God.
Because as it says still, you know, because every angel have a aura among them and a difference. Now, you know, as I say, time will come and we speak again, because you have 2 women in the camp, you know, I always admire, you know, when I admire them. People speak of them. Some people speak negative. Some people speak positive. Don't worry about the negative what people speak. But is the impact that they have created. And the not even 2 or 3. I will put again the impact. I remember when Honorable Priest Daniel Emmanuel come in the yard, because when I come, I never did see him. It's after the movement of Honorable Priest Morgan, I see him. But there was a change in the atmosphere. When I say the atmosphere, I mean the weather, everything. The sun, the moon, that is what I'm talking. When I say the mystical thing, the heavens change wherein if you ask someone, but it come like them now, see, you have the one that said, then you have see that then. But you know, say, the heavens change. And there was a light wherein some might not see the light. But many, there was a light there that's going on. There was a different movement and there was a light that was going on. And then you see, Honorable Priest Morgan, that in return again. And you can see the mystical changing.
Okay,
And you can see another light there again, of something again. And the changes, where if you now watch the current. But one of the biggest changes, where I see the heavens and everything change, was when Honorable Priest Bob returned in the camp. that was a total mystic changes of everything, And is a man, as I say, you testify about some elders still, and it was a mystical changes. Go on, I remember the first when him come in the night, and I always tell people this. That is why I love them elders there and them thing there, because I learned something. I see priest, honorable priest Bob come in the yard. When him just coming up before 6 o'clock in the evening, and honorable priest Harris a burn a fire upon him. Pay nice and pay nice him a burn a fire upon priest Bob, and priest Bob just did calm and it's easy, and him answer now and then. But I find I go to my bed early. When I wake up 8 o'clock, I go urine. I hear the man them still pan this heavy duty nice priest Harris. After 10, I wake again. After 12, after 1, after, remember again after 3. Exactly. The man them still upon this thing. It's like lion a roaring. I tell you, because the man just come forward. You see, so when I look on it and I look on that all the while, I say two brethren can't have no disagreement that them can't come together. When I see two men in them time here, like them have disagreement and them can't reason them thing and come together, I say, no, not ready yet. Because when they touch after 4, honorable priest Isaac, and I go down in the morning, I hear the two man them. Calm as ever the reason. You couldn't believe so when them two man here first night a roar like that. Calm as ever the reason. And a reason about the Father.
True.
A mystical movement of time, that moment of time, and the whole scenario shift, and then the whole scenario shift now because honorary priest brothers take up the service and them deal with the service. And the tides of time and things change. Current change. Weather change. Atmosphere change. You have to see it and know set to go on. People talk about a thing, them shooting star. Honorable Priest Bob show me a thing one time because this Honorable Priest Bob is a man, I know as I said the time I run, but as sometime it might go Honorable Priest either. That's a run a little testimony from the
Priest. It's good.
Him always coming at the yard at even time and him sit down right at a bench. Bench where we go upstairs. Where that bench, you have the banner over that side and you have the bench. The thing there. And I sit in one night because these things are people call shooting stars. You used to see them thing there. And I tell people about this all the while. I don't know them, don't know. Because enough man used to talk about the shooting star. Them. And the night I saw with Priest Bob, because Priest Bob always tell me some things. And I say, Priest, look there. Because Priest Isaac, I see shooting star. I see thing that comes up.
Yep.
A drop. And honorary Priest Bob said to me, just not look upon them. Just not move like them dead. And priest, me just going on meditation again and start look, I don't see none. And then as me find myself, I come out of the meditation again, like me lose my focus, I see them again. And I look upon the man, and the man I look upon me and I tell me that just move like me, not see them, like them not there. There's a man, you know him. He always speak about the Father. That's all him speak about. And he's a man, especially Imam priest and her priest Daniel, Emmanuel. Always a reason about the Father. Always I tell you something what the Father do. Always.
Them the necessary
thing. Them upon the front. And ever?
I say them is necessary thing that I lose that in them times.
No.
Especially
my Lord.
It's almost like your parent telling you about your grandparent.
My Lord.
That they never really meet. It's almost the same exact thing, and it's as a man like Priest Bob that kind of make a transition said way. It's like an archive gone there.
Real archive, my Lord.
Yeah, just gone.
Real archive.
There's a serious archive disappear. That's a heavy archive. Even though even though the next person might have other archives, but
Yes.
that's an archive unto its own.
True, my lord.
Priest Rollo same way, unto his own.
That was the next man I was going to tell you about. You might not see him on the service because of due to certain affliction.
Okay, true.
But when you're the past, when it's is a man who tell enough things and things will happen. Because the man used to tell about the second visit of the Black Christ and His Majesty. So the man always speak and the man not speak like it's guessing of what them see.
Yeah, man. I never really get too much from him,
Into.
But I know him, but I never, in fact, interesting, a princess, an empress, really. She's really in the order right now, but she work in a store not too far from where I am. You know what I mean? But she from Jamaica. So she used to live on the hill, but she was a little baby. She went up there with her sister. She said her sister used to be friendly with that same priest Rollo. So she know the order,
All
she
right.
never, for whatever reason, maybe they fall out and the sister leave the hill. So that's not to say, well, she grew up in it like that, but she know enough because she was on the hill for a while. Right. They don't know, so she know me, and she see me, she just give me a little story and say, yeah, man, I see the man too, that man there. The man there, I see him too, so interesting. So people you wouldn't even believe because she just move like anybody else, not a regular woman, wherever hair and pants, not too different, But when she see me, she show me, yeah, man, I know what's going on here, man. And, all Sabbath and so she said, my Lord, they're getting ready for Sabbath, eh? And she would tell people, hey, man, I'm going to keep the Sabbath now, no joke thing, because she live it. Sure. But, then people come again sooner or later, man. Just me.
They will come, because you see a thing, all right. I just said they'll come. I remember I'm gonna go and I sell broom.
Sure.
And I go up in the hills, cherry gardens and place, and I always see this empress, the Rasta woman. I'm going to speak of how she is at that time. Before I bring her back now to her empress, I was telling her I see this Rastafari woman. Now pants and thing, and I work strong. And I tell her she in her pants because she work strong, because I see her as them woman, and she take out sun out of the river bed, and because I hustling. And she always say, go up there, son, sell broom up there, son. And them thing, and she say, priest Harris and thing, and them thing, and she bless me. She always make me sell, sell broom and them thing there. And then it was at December the 10th celebration. And when I come on the front now in the morning now, because to go up on the bingy now, I see this person meet me at the gatehouse in a fall and everything. It's an empress. And his who now is Honorable Empress Bev. We all know Honorable Empress Bev, you see it? And she assured that is the resurrection. By moving through is the resurrection. Where you see it, I never had the plan to put it like that as a resurrection, as the Lent I go through, but
right, and Passover and so.
Yeah, and the Passover, you see it? So revive and come and is a woman. So these people know, just say we out there and them know they are there, Them see her, and I go through the ends of the earth. So you don't know who is who, And you don't know how long I'm on the trad and them thing there,
Yeah.
You see certain things and man out there and them things they see me. That's why when we're moving through the ends of the earth, a people at the gathering, you revive, you seek soul, you save soul, you resurrect.
Yeah, man.
Resurrect, you resurrect. People them as they move along.
Even a child, man.
Through.
Even a child, because they say
yes,
a child, for real, as you put it, so a child could just pass you. Not on its own, just happen to just pass you for 2 years or 3 years as a baby. And that stick in their memory.
Yes.
And they will apply it in the latter years. I say, I'm going back to that place.
My Lord. Yes.
That's
yes, my Lord. Yes, my Lord. That's the thing, because him
And
said,
look, she reach
taste
all
and see
in
that the Lord
Antigua.
is good.
Maybe she never see Bobby when she leave the hill again. She all in Antigua, totally different life, and she just happened to see one and say, "Hey, I remember that."
Watch there.
Yeah,
Bring to
man.
remembrance.
True, man. That's deep.
Yeah,
But
man.
honestly, I wouldn't even think it
Greatness,
was
my
Empress
lad.
Bebe. But yeah, man, that's deep though. That's a nice testimony.
Yeah,
But
man.
no, you never
Yeah,
give me
man,
the three
Empress
empresses,
Bev,
you know.
man.
You never said the three empresses though. I don't know if you wanted to save them names for some other time. You said there are three empresses that
When repeat.
you say had three empresses. You said two first, then you said three that you have a certain level of respect for. So I don't know if she was one of them.
Oh no, man, I speak about three virgin first, but the Empress them, man, you see Empress Phyllis.
Right, I think so. Pet, no, go ahead, you talk.
Yeah, man, you see Empress Phyllis, man, is because even that day I meditating about Empress Phyllis thing, and I say, what?
Okay,
Yeah, man. And
I think
she fulfilled her prophecy, you understand? And thing. And I remember one of the works I got through where and say the church or whoever she used to go out there. So she always say, when I come at camp, she always say, King Emmanuel said the bingy if you go there. So you know, and she got to them all the while and then I want to carry the bingy go there and all of them things there. But it fulfilled in 1999 same way still. You know, it fulfilled where she get her heart, you know, desire still. Yeah, man. And
that's when she marched to King's house.
No, that's that time there. Oh, no, that's the time there. She went in a old harbor where she used to have her. I don't remember the bridge. I'm not remember the honorable bridge name at that time, but it's a congregation where she was in.
With Claudius Henry, man.
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. So she go amongst back them people, them, you know, and keep the bingy and everything same way still. You see it? Yeah, man. That is why she will give time because it is the honorable priest Michael.
True.
That was that's from Bahamas there.
Bahamas, yeah.
Yeah, because in the leader we there too.
Yeah.
In the leader we there. You see it, yeah, man. Some great moments also that another priest Michael. Is an archangel.
Yes, yeah, man.
He's an archangel and him always and the mission of King's house. Him speak of March till the first March happened. Even in 1999, that August 1st March.
True, man.
To King's house there. Yeah, man. Speak of it. And carry the vision same way, you know. Where March still.
Yeah, man. Even our elders, as I mentioned, the Empress, but we don't say too much here, but we have to do plenty for elders, bro.
Plenty, man. You have enough great empresses there that
you
know need strength. You see it? Yeah, man. I Empress me is the same way too. You know, as a woman with the children. I feel always speak about Empress me with the children. You understand? Because she always there for these banquets are supposed to go through and them thing there. You understand? Yes. So she always there on that. Yeah, man. Mighty.
I hope I could do some interview with them again, you know. Remember we do an interview with them already with Empress Sharon, I think. Food at 7, about 12 years, 30 years ago.
I have to give thanks to Empress Sharon too, man.
To my lord.
Yeah, man. You see, it's another mystic again, you know, because I remember, you know, you see, when she just come inside. I remember you see them, we used to do and every priest.
But she meet the father already,
you know, man have little works.
You meet King Emmanuel already,
yeah,
before
man,
she come in as that.
Yes, man.
Okay.
And where reason, you know, I said, Ja, sending someone to come stay in the office now, man.
I know. She's still left to know.
Yeah, man. No, I show you go on and priest Isaac. I say, sending someone now, man. And yeah, you go up on the roll call and a chant and all of these things, you know. But I tell you. You see, the service is something honorable priest where you use and enough things that people have to stay in themselves and then realize what the service can do when you're connected.
Yeah.
We pray and bring in the meditation. So we need someone for the office. And use this service and check for, and then you see the people them come in. And you could know, say, yes, these chanting happen. For someone to come in and you see a seed fulfilled there. And she is there.
Definitely, God. Yeah, man, and still there. King ain't done this Congress.
Enough
We have
works and
this government have the rise kick. But anyway, I wouldn't even go into that right now. But we don't know what's going on.
that is the next meditation still.
My Lord, I give thanks to the moment,
so we give thanks,
Give thanks.
Glorify my Lord. Glorify and give thanks to this moment.
Any sealing words you want to put down? Any don't like that.
Yes, my Lord and Majesty. Well, we give thanks, for the angels, from near and far still, and we give thanks to the virgin and sistering upon the foundation still, We give thanks to the angels and four wings of earth, moving through still, and we just say, make with us steadfast in our own way, with the righteous way, within this Lent period of time, and let us meditate upon that right, the connection spirit amongst I and I, self in this time, because we have to stand up, and the man said the devil is like a raging dragon, see me. It's a roaring lion, but we are say, like a raging dragon, seeking who them want to devour in them time here. You see it as you speak of it, say within the Lent, man have to watch himself, because enough temptations, enough tribulation, enough things are going out the same way. Because within that moment of time here, enough things always try to entangle the saints, them, man. And a free of the free each other in them time. Enough things try to entangle, all type of things happen. Things where sometimes you're dismayed, which we're not supposed to be dismayed still, but it's a trial still. But man, I feel steadfast and woman steadfast upon this journey, and we could come together within this unity and strength, man, and read more of the Black Christ in flesh, man, and understand there's a lot of works we have to do. The Father Negos calls us to not to come do his work. So we have to come forward this time and come do his work and know that the children, the younger ones there, because many times, we as big ones, we forget the young ones, even a reason. Sometimes we move too big. Although we're big, but still we're ones. Coming that we take heed to our ways and so we have to set this for the children then. Because I used to hear and every priest Shimran, and there was another brethren and every prophet Sean, and there was Philip and his other brother. I don't remember what Philip other brother name, Samuel or Solomon. And them said the nicest time to them as youth now Bobo Hill. You see, the nicest time to them as youth is in Bobo Hill. Right? So you see the youths, then we have to make sure so we have things set for the youths, and that them can love this and embrace this and carry on this. Because them have to carry and say, I call upon the youth because they are strong. And I say this to a lot of Bobo, and I say it to Bobo them again. The youths must grow and know each other. If it's in Jamaica, they must know each other. They must grow up on. That is why King Emmanuel, as His Majesty said, a leader, a true leader, always finds means and ways to bring the people them together. And if you study King Emmanuel Charles Edwards' liberty, is a liberty have to bring us together at certain point in time. So we are with a celebration, we have to come together. So the family in Jamaica, make the youths know each other. Grow and know each other. You have children born to the next 10 years time, them don't know each other. St. Lucia, same way, the youths need to know each other.
enough grew up right now, turn big man right now, and that's period of time when they were passing through teenage and coming up, they never spend no time together, they don't even know each other. Same thing, Antigua, Trinidad, Bomb, the youths, them need to grow together. So we as big people have to find means and ways as we care for the youths, as one songwriter said, we care for the youths, they care for us. So we have to do things that the youth come together to continue this journey, especially in this day and age of time when the youth are so wise in computer engineer, everything, things what we need to enhance our kingdom. Give them a little child, like a little child, lead them, just as you speak about a child. So it is very important. So when these youths come together, it's for the benefit of our kingdom. And it is very important. It is vital towards our redemption in the
For them youths to come.
time here. Partly of Empress Maisie, we always put on these banquets and she come urge me. I said, Priest Richie, we can put on Priest Daniel. Because we can't leave out another Priest Daniel. Understand? And we say another Priest Shimon, take it up in the days coming, the times and years coming up. And anyway, I'm going to see him way still. Him do it. And you know, he's the ambassador, you know, another Priest Shimon. You know, so the coming together is my plea right now for the parents, them, for the youths, them grow together in this Bobo Shanti levity. It is vital for our advancement. As His Majesty said, the education of the youths, my lord. So for our advancement in this time, so try that ego where they go on. Then we have a reason. And we don't even call a little youth and say, what's your viewpoint of what you think we should do? Sometimes we get even our money amongst ourselves and we go do something or we make some big plan. We never call and say, what do you think we should do with our money here?
Good point. Massive point, to be honest.
The child says very, very important in this time, you know? Very important, man. Man say, get my sins unto me, man. In them time. So we need the youth them in this time and together. In this time, you know. Many children laugh to remind us like who used to be as one songwriter, you know. Yes, sir. Yes, my lord. It's you know, to the family in this time, you know. They could look out for you them in this time and grow them together to know each other.
Well, give thanks, Honorable. Give thanks for the moment. I know that enough one's gonna full joy this meditation for sure. But yeah, man, this is just the strength going into, you know, the Lent itself. Just full guidance going through the time, you know, in the wilderness, the 40 days and the 40 nights in the wild, you know, temptations and tribulation is pretty the most high cut and clear and rent and tear, move all obstacles from out of our way, you know. Thanks, Honorable. All power and majesty.
My Lord, bless the love again.
Thanks and strength, you know.
And every prince, bless the love, my Lord, and princess.
Prince and princess, you're getting a blessing there. Bless the love. Yes, my Lord. Give thanks.
Bless the love, Goddess. Bless the love.
Yes, all right. Give thanks, my Lord. I will just end it here.